welcome back to another episode of Enshrouded. So today I would like to do a little bit of building, and after that we gotta do some more adventuring because we need to get into the Melodies of the Mire a little bit more. Because once we unlock the new NPC, we're gonna have access to some new backpacks and some other goodies as well, so I would really like them, because that is gonna help us in our further adventure. What the heck did my thing just do? Anyway, it's gonna help us adventure further, of course, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to having a new backpack. It's gonna be awesome, and hopefully some more goodies. So the way I would like to start off today, actually, I need my roads. Do I still have some? Should be somewhere. Ah, here we go. Probably gonna have to make some more. Oh yeah, and I'm pretty much fully moved over here. I finally managed to figure out all my storage, so we got all that stuff sorted out. It's looking pretty good. Got a really good amount of storage, which I'm super happy with. And I did some of the interior for the carpenter over here, so he's fully ready to settle in here. The only thing I need to do is some more interior decorating in here, because this is all I got for him. I mean, it's all he technically really needs, but I would like to give him some more. And we got the blacksmith a little bit upgraded. So we got some storage over here, which I keep my raw resources and of course all the smelting stuff. So yeah, it's looking pretty fancy. Oh yeah, so I almost forgot to mention, I put this little building down temporarily. And this is where the other NPCs gonna sleep for a little bit until I can get the houses sorted. Oh yeah, it's nothing too fancy, it's just literally a rectangle with a little bitty sticking out in the back here. So yeah, I just put that together after last episode and I almost forgot about it actually. Alright, so anyway, let's go ahead and start working on this, shall we? So I would really like to somehow incorporate a little, well, for now it's gonna be trench, and then hopefully once the water update comes out we can add water to it, because I would like to have some river included in here. So I guess the first thing we should do is lay down the foundations. Let's see, I think I want to have a little barn over here. So let's go ahead and push it as far to the mountain as possible. Actually, we'll start from the back, that will be easier. So we'll do one over here. Actually, we need to create a little bit more space, so let's do it over here. And then we're gonna do one foundation and then a smaller one in the middle, which will make sense later. And then one over here. So it's like 2.5 wide. And then we're gonna go 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, that's good enough. Doesn't have to be too fancy. That in the middle. And on the side. And then something I would like to do is, let's see here, need to put down a wall real quick. I think for the barn we will just use these blocks. I think that will make the most sense instead of the timber blocks. Yeah, I think it does actually. And then we're gonna raise that by another half wall here, like so. Then on the side I'd like to do something like this. Let's see here, that is definitely too low. And I think we're gonna use the tar shingles for the barn as well. Let's see, would that look pretty good? I think so. I wish the roof was a little bit less steep though. It's the only thing that really bothers me. Can we do something like this maybe? No. You know what, it's fine. I think eventually it will look pretty good anyway. Put some supports down. See, we'll do a window here in the middle. Actually, we'll just do a window on all sides, like so. Where are those half walls? I keep losing them. The ceilings on the side here. Actually, if I can do the roof slightly lower, that would actually be a lot nicer. Right around here would be perfect. There we go. Nice. We'll do the same thing on the other side. And over here, we're gonna create a small little platform going all the way around. See, how would this look? It's too big. There we go, leave the middle section open. On the side here, we can do a little staircase. Yeah, that will do fine. And let's see here. Get 2 of these on the side here. And right in the middle, I would like to create like a kind of a round shape. We could probably get away with using one of the window thingies, the round windows. Let's go visit. Oh wait, yeah, we need to go ahead and bring the carpenter over here real quick. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see, where's my summoning staff? Is it still here? Yes, amazing. And I guess we might as well bring in the blacksmith as well while we're here. Let's see, also at Enders. Kinda tempted to turn off your roaming, but maybe we'll do that later. Gonna have to assign you your bed, which is up here. There we go. Welcome to your new home, buddy. Hope you enjoy here. Right, and now Mr. Hawthorne over here. There we go. Assign you your bed as well. Sweet. Hi, hey buddy. I need to talk to you. Let me ask you something. I need... Where are they? Oh, that's right. You just make them in the workbench, don't you? I believe so. Oh yeah, here it is. Nice. Let's make 2 of those. I think we just need 1 actually, but that's okay. Yeah, might as well do it in the back here too. Can't hurt. Is it center-ish? Yeah, good enough. Then 1 over here. So I'm gonna have to remove some of these blocks. Same thing on this side. Go, and then we just bring in the big ones over here. Like so. Let's see, do we extend it? I think we should. There we go. 1 over there and 1 over there. See, how does that look? I think I like that. Yeah, that works. Sweet. Close this off, like so. Alright, let's go ahead and put in these roof pieces real quick. Just gotta figure out how to line them up properly, because they... For some reason they want to snap like this, which is not what we want, of course. So we gotta place it manually, which I'm not very good at, to be honest. Let's see. How does this look? Close enough. Do out by 1. Yeah, this looks alright. Ah, it's too dark. I need sleep. There we go, now we can actually see. I don't know why I started to build the entire barn right away, actually. I was just gonna lay the foundation down. I think I got a little bit too excited about this. That's okay though. Can't seem to really line up. Can't seem to really line it up the way I want it to. A little tricky. Maybe from this side. There we go. Oh, a little too low. How about that? I think that is perfect. Sweet. Alright, so now I'm gonna do something a little bit strange. But it will make sense once I place down the roof. At least I hope so. Let's see here. So up here, I want to place down one of these. Let's go a little bit higher actually. Yeah, that is perfect. Alright. Then we just need to make it look supported a little bit. There we go, sending on the other side here. It's weird how it's creating these little weird wooden bits. And in kind of what it seems like random locations as well. Because they're not lining up the same. Not sure if there's anything I can do about that though, but that's okay. Ow. Go ahead and remove this part of the roof. We need to add on to this one. Yeah, I can just do something like this. There we go. Need to remove one layer of this one as well. Nice. The roofs don't really seem to match up, do they? At least the sides here. It'll have to do for now, unfortunately. I'll mess around with it a little bit more later. Just put a nice little doorway in the middle. And can we add some windows possibly? Yeah, kinda. Yeah, that's alright. Definitely made this build a little bit messy, but it's okay. I think it still turned out relatively nice, so it's all good. I think up here, I'd like to do something like this. No, never mind. It doesn't look good at all. Maybe if I start from the sides here. Actually, that kind of works. There we go. We got ourselves a barn. Amazing. Actually, I think I would like to have one of those round doors in here as well. Let's go ahead and do that. See, so I think we make them in here, right? Yes, we do. Nice. There we go. Perfect. Now we just need some stairs here. There we go. Nice. Yeah, that'll do just fine. I am kind of considering leveling out this little hill here. It's gonna take quite a bit of work, but look how much space there is over here. I feel like it would be a waste if I didn't do that. Although this part will be in the way too. That does complicate things. Alright, so for the farmer's house, I wanted to go with something a little bit more cozy. So it took me a little bit of time to figure this out. Because I'm kind of going off of a picture that I took from a video that I'm watching right now. Well, it's a video of background music, but it's got like AI generated pictures in the background. And one of the houses in there actually looked quite good. So I want to try and recreate that if I can. So yeah, the foundation is a little bit messy, but I think once we start placing down the walls, it will start to make a little bit more sense, hopefully. But I started out with going 3 deep, and same thing like I did on the barn over here. Going 1 and then single one of these 2-meter things in the middle, and then one of the big ones on the side here again. And I went 3 deep with those. Then over here I kind of did something similar, but then I instead went with one of the big ones in the middle. And on the sides I went with these little ones. And over here is gonna be an entrance. So yeah, let's see. Let's go ahead and start placing down the doorway here. Words. Dang it, it's nighttime again. Sleepy time. It will get rid of the rain as well, which is gonna be nice. Although the sound of the rain is so soothing. I love it. There we go, much better. Let's go ahead and plop down 2 windows on the side here. And in the middle we'll just fill it up with some stone. So yeah, the building's gonna be mainly built out of stone. I think it's still gonna look pretty good, hopefully. Let's see. Do a half wall over here. And on this side. Actually, I need to completely fill up this. So yeah, let's do a little window in the middle here. Just fill it back up. And I just need to place down the roof here. And make them a little bit shorter. Actually, that's too short. We'll do one more layer, like so. Oops. There we go. Just place down the pillars. And this will just be like a tiny little storage area. Nothing too crazy. And I'm gonna need to do some terraforming over here though and create some space. There we go. Worry about that later though. I also decided to push back the hill here just a little bit. I think I do want to end up terraforming this a little bit more and create some more space. Because then we have some more space for like farms and maybe some more animals and stuff. So yeah, I definitely would like to do that. Let's see. And in the picture here, they got the stone bits a little bit shortened down. And they're using wood to kind of fill that up. So I want to try that. Not sure how that's gonna turn out, but we'll find out. Let's see, and then we want to place these things right over here. Perfect. Let's create a little archway here, just because we can. Let's see, and then right over here, we're gonna extend it a little bit. Like so. Place down one of these in the middle here. Nice. I think maybe thinking about creating a little dormer here, but I'm not sure if it really would make any sense. But I guess we can try. So have it sticking out by just a little bit. Kind of like we did on the main house over here. Kind of like that. I think that might look good actually. So we're gonna have to remove some roof pieces over there. On the bottom. Oops. I have to getting a little bit close here. These little bitties up top here. Nice. Yeah, I think that would look pretty well. Right, so in the back here, we're just gonna keep it simple. I think I'll probably end up making a little chimney here in the middle. That will look pretty good. I'm not gonna worry about that for now. Let's see, we'll do a window here in the middle. Last piece. And of course connect the corners. Very nice. Alright, what's next? Need to do some bits over here. There we go. Alright, let's start with the main roof over here. Really hoping this is gonna line up really well. We're gonna have to see. There we go. Have to do some weird stuff to make it line up a little bit better. That's okay. I think I can place down a corner here. Hold on a second. There we go. Had to redo it a little bit to make them line up better. Now it's all fixed. And now we can continue like a so. There, that's looking nice. Let's see, actually, I don't think I had to do the corners, maybe. Because I want to continue this on like so. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna have to fill this in with something. Actually, no, I can still do the corners. What am I talking about? There we go. And two up here. There we go. I fixed it. Sometimes the brain doesn't want to do brain stuff. That's okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to put the stuff in the back here. I'll have to clip a little bit into the... what do you call this? A mountain cliff? I think cliff is a better word. But I think it's gonna add to the charm a little bit. At least that's my excuse. Oops. There we go. I think I got it lined up. Yeah, we're good. Awesome. Alright, so how do we do this part again? I think what I'm gonna do is just place down a half wall here. There we go, and then we just trim it down later. Alright, so had to spend a little bit of time tweaking things a little bit and smoothing things out, but I think I got it the best way that I can. Over here on the inside, things was a little bit messy as well. Still need to fix this little part, but I will do that later. But yeah, I think it turned out alright. Definitely need to do some dividing. I'm gonna create a little bit some rooms maybe. Also, I need to probably fill that in as well. Actually, let's go ahead and do that right away before I forget. Just gonna try to... there we go. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Yeah, it's alright. So the only thing that's bothering me about this build is this little part. It's so bulky. That's why I usually tend to stick to like 2 white buildings, because it looks better in my opinion. So maybe we could try and fix this by turning this middle part into the fireplace / chimney. I think that will help break it out quite nicely, instead of doing it in the back where nobody would notice. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and do something like this. And then like we usually do, just bring out the pillars. Turn that into 1 white. And stick it out like that. Oops. Let's do something like this maybe. Let's see. It feels a little bit too bulky. Let's try to redesign this a little bit. There we go. Maybe trim this down a little bit. You know what? I think this will do fine. Yeah, that looks alright. Just gotta fix this little part here. There we go. Yeah, and then once we get some vines in and stuff, I think that will look pretty nice. And of course, get some planters, some more greenery, all the good stuff. And of course, we do need a staircase connecting to it. To fix the ground up a little bit. It didn't do anything, but that's fine. Alright, so... I still want a river though. How are we gonna do that? I think the first thing we should worry about is the road. So let's see here. I think I want to come over from this side or from this side. This makes a little bit more sense to me actually. Let's go ahead and grab the path blocks. Just gonna place down one of these squares so we can just build out from there. See if I can connect this to the road properly. It's a little bit difficult trying to get this right, but I think that looks alright. Trying to make the slope a little bit more gradual. There we go. Alright, so I definitely would like the river to come from this hill here. I think actually the easiest would be to build the bridge first. Let's go ahead and try that. Come to think of it, I don't really have a bridge design in mind. Let's see, we'll have to start somewhere over here. So we're gonna have to... Let's go a little bit higher with the staircase here. Guess we could start from here, so that way we can curve the road towards it, like a zoo. Then we'll turn this part back into grass if we can. And let's see, we'll just do a floor coming like that. And another staircase. Doesn't have to be a huge bridge, but something like this might do pretty well. Let's do slightly bigger by adding some of these to it. There we go, and then we can continue the road like so, and then curve it around like so, all the way up to the barn here. Doesn't always want to cooperate, so gotta place stuff a little bit manually like so, and then smooth that out a little bit. All right, what do we think of this? This could definitely work. I never really tried to build something like this, so bear with me. But yeah, if we just carve this out a little bit. I guess it's kind of a good thing that we kept this hill here, because we can kind of pretend that there's an underground spring here. Somewhere deep in the hill. Oops. Going a little bit too deep here. Maybe I can kind of smooth it out a little bit. Yeah, I think that kind of worked. And I guess we'll have to connect the river all the way up to here somewhere. Alright, I guess we'll keep digging. Why is there a random pole here? Oh, that's probably from the previous building. Let's see, gotta curve it a little bit. You can see where I ended up terraforming this from previously. Still a bunch of rubble over here as well. And we're gonna go slightly this way. Gonna have to go a little bit wider. Ah, stamina. Do I have some honey still on me? I do not. Dang it. I have to go very close to the road, which is fine. It's actually gonna look quite good if we can actually fill this in with water eventually. But yeah, I want to create some more space here because I would like to use this little patch here for some animals perhaps. And I think somewhere over here we're gonna have to do a little bridge as well. So let's see, we'll place that right over there. That way we know where to go. There we go, then it curves back into the hill here. That'll do. And we gotta fix this if we can. I have to fill this in with some dirt again. A little bit hard to see because of the rain, which is super annoying. That's okay though. Alright, I'd say we did a pretty decent job. It's so hard to see right now, so I can't really tell, but yeah, I never really done this much terraforming in this game, so... But I think it turned out alright. Of course, we gotta smooth out the edges a little bit later on. That's something I won't bore you guys with, but... Yeah, it's looking alright. Alright, so I just realized as well... I did not take into account how much space this was gonna take up. Like, I don't really have any space anymore left for animals and crops. We got a little bit of space, of course, but definitely not enough. Yeah, that's a problem. Let me go ahead and spend some time to think about that. Yeah, looking at this over here, I think we are gonna have to take down this little hill here to make space for animals and crops, because yeah, this is definitely not gonna survive. So I got quite a big terraforming project ahead of me, but it's exciting in some ways. I think this is gonna look pretty freaking good once it's all done. But we definitely made quite a bit of progress today, so I'm quite happy with that. Alright, so now of course we gotta work on finishing up the design for the bridge, because this is of course not gonna do. So I went ahead and made these simple wooden fences, and I want to test them out to see if they look good. See, I guess we'll start off with one of these. Actually, I have to do this. They're just a little bit too short. Let's see, maybe I can line them up better. Or I should probably use these pillars here first. There we go. Alright, that's definitely a start. How are these not lining up? Oh, I see. There we go. Alright, that definitely helps a little bit. Let's see. What if we add a little bit of stone to it? Maybe not this stone necessarily. Do we have any other stone on us? No. But it's not like it's not easy to make. We can try out the city wall. I don't think that's gonna look good though. Honestly, I think just the regular rough stone blocks will look the best. I don't know, for me it kinda makes the most sense. And I think I was definitely right about that. Oops. Let's see. Place down some pillars. One over there. And one over here. There we go. Yeah, that did help a lot. I like it. And can we create some more firefly thingies? Just to have a little bit of light on it. Yes, but I don't have enough. To do some candles. Although candles wouldn't really make sense. What are some other options here? Where's our friendly neighborhood carpenter? There you are. Always behind houses. What do you have available light-wise for me? Also firefly stuff. Oh, we got these small stone braziers. Don't think they will work, but we can try. If not, I'm definitely gonna have to spend some more time hunting down fireflies. Let's see, because I want them up top here. Maybe we can sink it down a little bit more. Like that. No, that won't work at all. Fair enough. Guess we're going firefly hunting soon. But for now I can make 2 of them. Place one on each side here. There we go. That is cute. I like it. Alright, so I went ahead and made a bunch of these fences. So we're gonna get those all the way across here. They don't really do well with rough terrain though, unfortunately, but just gonna have to deal with that for now. There we go. Same thing over here. Try to line them up as best as possible. Can we smooth this out a little bit? I think we can. Yeah, slightly better. Still not perfect, but it'll do for now. It's a little bumpier. Perhaps we can smooth it out with this. A little bit high, but we can sink it down a little bit. There we go. We'll connect it up to the barn, like so. See if we can place this one better. Alright, how does that look? Ooh, I like that. That is very nice. Okay, I got some ideas. At least temporary solutions. So we can turn this little patch here. Let's see. Into some farmland. Like so. And we can utilize this little spot here for maybe a few animals. Like I can create them a little building right over here. And then I can fence this little part in so they can roam around a little bit. I think that can look nice. And then of course another few animals can go over here. Not really sure how many we need though. Let's see. I did go ahead and place the farmer down temporarily over here. Still gotta do the interior of course, but let's see. So we have, there's a dog, they can go anywhere, so not really have to worry about that. There's deers, oafers. I think those are rabbits, so I'm not really gonna concern with those guys maybe. I definitely want the goats and the deers though, because I think both of them have like good resources I'm gonna need. Yeah, so basically we need 2 spots for them, which is perfect, because that's exactly what I got. Of course, we could always consider moving some of them into the barn maybe. Yeah, I think it's gonna be alright. Let's go ahead and create some more farm soil here. I love that you can do this, by the way. There we go. We can have a nice little patch of maybe some flax over here. And then, of course, over here we can do some. There we go. And over here. I think over here I'm probably gonna build like a little retainer wall. Nothing too crazy though, just a little something like this. If I can line it up correctly, jeez. I'm having the hardest time with this. That's fine. There we go, we can just do this real quick. There we go. Then we don't really have to worry about how this looks. We can just go ahead and fill this in. There we go. I think it still ends up being a decent amount of space actually. There we go. I ended up replacing the retaining wall with the other stone stuff. And I reinforced it with a little bit of wood. I think it turned out alright. Of course the road decided to mess up, so I had to try to do my best to recover it a little bit. I think it turned out alright. It's a little bit bumpy still, but I will mess around with that a little bit more later. Other than that, I think we definitely made the most out of what we had, so I'm quite happy about that. Of course, once we start planting and stuff, I think, yeah, it's gonna look good. Actually, one thing I would like to do is replace this patch here with the flower soil. I think it looks a little bit too messy. Let's see, can we make some? Yes, we can. Oh, we do have some money around the base. Oh, gonna use it all now. Yeah, I can't really remember where I left my other soil. For some reason I cannot find it anymore. That's okay though. Oh yeah, we have to do this and then place the flower. Doesn't really want to cooperate right now. There we go. It definitely looks a lot better. We can lower it down a little bit now. Nice. I like that. Sweet. That looks pretty good. Let's just put some flower soil around here as well. I'll worry about that some other time. Alright, so there's still loads more to do, but I think I'm probably gonna work most of it off camera, and some of it we'll do next episode probably. I guess we'll have to see, but yeah, I think it's a good time to wrap this video up here because I can keep on going forever and this is gonna turn into an hour-long video. Which I'm probably sure you guys don't mind, but still, I like to keep things a little bit shorter. So yeah, hope you guys end up enjoying the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and comment if you want. And also if you're new here and you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. Alright, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.